everybody, to another segment of 120 Seconds. As always, I am Stockwell. This is the last of the Hollow Bleed 5 artist interviews. This one is with the man himself, Mob Style Music CEO Buckshot. So obviously, he's the one who puts on the Hollow Bleed shows. He's the one who has asked me the last 2 years to come host the stage. I couldn't be more thankful to him as an artist, as a human, as a person, as a friend. Again, I said it, I hope, enough times from the stage, and it probably wasn't enough. And I'm saying it again right now. I appreciate you, Buck. He has helped me have a couple experiences in the last year as a stage host, as a fan of this wicked shit, as a juggalo, that I just never thought were going to happen for me, right? It's kind of some bucket list shit has happened the last 2 years. And a lot, of those things are because of Buck. So again, I'm just being real public that I appreciate the fuck out of him. So this is obviously the last interview. It was after everything was said and done. All the shows were over. We were loading the truck, and he and I dipped real quick, conducted the interview, and then finished loading the truck. So again, my thanks to Buckshot for the opportunity to host on the stage. My thanks for his time. He's just crazy busy. He's got so many things going on in his head hosting these shows, and we had to wait till everything was said and done. And I know he's, after he got done playing, he kind of have a dopamine dump or whatever you want to call it. So there's not really an opportune time for him to do it with me, and he did it with me at the very end of the night. So that's why it's the last interview being posted. Again, I think there's some really important shit specifically in regards to him, Buckshot, and Juggalos. And so if you're a Juggalo, I really think you should check this one out. As always, my greatest thanks for anybody who takes the time to watch these. Again, I'll be at Hollowick in St. Louis on the 27th, and then I'll be in Detroit for House of Crazies at the Shelter, and on the 30th for the Twisted Show at St. Andrews. Please come say what's up. At Hollow Bleed, again, people coming up to me and saying what's up means the world to me. I'm just being honest. I really like it. I really appreciate it. So if you want to come say what's up to me, or want to talk about music, or have recommendations, which I've been getting a lot, especially live, come talk to me. Come talk to me. I'd love to wax wicked underground juggalo shit with all of you. So safe travels if you are going to Detroit or anywhere else this holiday week coming up. And I hope to see many of you in person. Until next time. Welcome back, everybody, to another segment of 120 Seconds. As always, I am Stockwell here in Louisville at Hollow Bleed 5. This is the last final interview for my time here, and I'm here with the man himself, Buckshot.
What up, what up?
All right, so generally speaking, and I didn't pre-warn you, I usually try to, I do like this, hey, tell us about yourself in 120 seconds, right? And sometimes I'll just be like, oh, you're a legend, we'll skip that.
Right.
But I almost want to do it with you. I did for the same reason I did it to class, and then he was really drunk and said, I'm fucking awesome, and that was it.
Right.
But I kind of would like to hear your elevator pitch, if you will. Who is Buckshot in roughly 120 seconds? Let's just pretend somebody's never heard of you before.
Right. And should I be talking to you or the camera?
Yeah, I don't care.
Okay.
Yeah, we do everything in one take here in 120 seconds, and we just roll with whatever we roll.
So basically, my name is Buckshot. I'm the CEO of Mob Style Music.
Not Mob Style Records. That was my favorite.
I have been doing fucking music for 27 years. On ASCAP, I actually looked at my songs the other day. I have almost 1,000 songs recorded through ASCAP. I've been doing music for a very long time. I work with a lot of people in this scene, a lot of homies that, all of you all are familiar with. Fucking Boondocks, Twisted, Blaze Ya Dead Homie, ROC, just a lot of people in this scene are my homies. And, I come out and do a lot of shows with a lot of these people. Right here tonight, we're at my 5th annual Hollow Bleed 5 show. And, tonight was an awesome show, packed house. The newest album we just dropped is Blockwork Morgue, me and Blaze Ya Dead Homie. Album came out tonight. I can't wait for you all to, for the people who picked it up. And here in about 7 to 10 days, it's dropping on digital streaming everywhere. And off the top of my head, that's what comes to mind.
All right, perfect.
Yeah.
I love it. So I'm going to start way back at the beginning. Welcome to the Ville. Because, and believe it or not, in all the discussions you and I have had over the years, I've never really dug into the why did you start, when did you, I know when, right? But so let's just start with the Welcome to the Ville album. Like, how did that come about for you? Like, when you really decided, yes, I'm going to make music, I'm going to record an album.
Right.
Because what year was that?
Well, it came out in 1997, okay, but I actually started recording it in about 1995.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So what was kind of, I don't want to say, what was your motivation, but you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I mean, I just loved hip hop. Okay. I just loved rap. I just had this crazy idea. I didn't even, not that I even wanted to be a rapper. I just wanted to put out an album. I was just such a fan of hip hop in general. I was just like, I did it because of, I was a fan of it.
Yeah.
I never ever like saw the longevity or like, in my head, literally, I'm going to make an album and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
And, I put the album out independently. It sold 7,000 CDs. And, I was just kind of riding the wave. I was still like, at the time, I was still like in the streets and selling drugs. Right. And I was living pretty good. I was getting these checks from all these record stores for selling CDs. I wasn't even cashing them. They were like sitting on my dresser because I was making so much money on the streets.
Right. Yeah.
And then like people would come up to me and like, bro, like, your album was the shit. Like, when are you going to drop your next one? And I was just like, I don't know. It was never
like, I might do that again.
Yeah. It was just a one and done. I was just like, you know what? That's a good question. I haven't thought about that actually. I just wanted to put out an album. So, then I was just like, okay, yeah, I guess I should do another one. This first one was, great. I sold 7,000 copies out the trunk. And then, so I put out the second album and it just here we are 27 years later.
Right. Okay. Yeah. And so that's, we are going to fast forward, not all the way to the 27 years, but we're, and it's, again, I've said this and I will have said it multiple times here. In my opinion, there's only like 3 people that I can think of off the top of my head that for whatever reason they started making their best work when they turned like 38 or 40. And it's Monoxide, Class, and you. And so Quietus, Helter Skelter 2, Hunter Games, all recent to semi-recent releases, and those are probably my 3 favorite albums.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? So I
agree with you. That's how I feel. Seriously, like, especially like, I mean, Hunter Games. I mean, really, all 3 of those. I impressed myself with those projects. Seriously.
Right. So, and that's what I was just saying. Like, you're making your best music now as opposed to 20 years ago.
Right.
I mean, it's a really stupid question, but like, why do you think that is?
I don't know. Yeah. I mean, it's something I've noticed. I mean, like, usually it seems like people kind of like pop early,
right,
and then they blow up big in the beginning, and then it starts getting watered down.
Right.
But I've just had
kind of wave it, but
I wasn't that great in the beginning, but I just kind of stuck with it. It's just been like a slow climb, and like I just feel like now I've kind of like hit that momentum that just everything I've been doing has just been really, really good, and I'm still passionate. I'm still a fan. It's not like I'm not doing this to, the money helps, but like I don't do this to make money. I do this because I love it. I have love for the culture, and I have passion for it, and that's why I think it's continuing to grow and get better, because the passion is giving it. That's what's making it roll.
Yeah. All right. So, being that this is for Faygo lovers, and I'm not
Scotty D.
Yeah. I'm definitely not trying to do a gotcha thing because I don't want to go there about it at all. But just can you kind of share? I know we have had discussion before, like how you kind of, let's say, stumbled onto Juggalos and how Juggalos stumbled onto you, because I think it's a cool story.
Right.
So
yeah, I mean, like I consider myself an old school Juggalo.
Right.
Yeah. For people who don't know. I bought a copy of ICP Ringmaster on the shelf organically, just for love of underground music. I was like a big Murder Dog magazine fan, and I kept up with, like, always been a huge fan of the Wicked shit and horrorcore and, fucking Esham. I stumbled onto Esham first,
right,
and which led me down the wormhole to, ICP. So, I went to the store. I remember seeing Insane Clown Posse albums, but I had never really like got on that page. And then I bought Ringmaster, and then like I was like, wow, this is fun.
And this is pretty early, right? Like 94, 95?
Yeah, this is like, you know, right around the time when it dropped.
Okay.
And then which made me go back and get Carnival of Carnage. And I've just been like a fan. Like I considered myself like, I didn't go to gatherings or anything back then, but like I was just like, you know, I felt like a juggalo.
Right.
I was listening, you know, I was soaking up everything that came out of the scene. I would just, you know, get it, and, you know, I was onto it. And then one day out of the blue, this is obviously years later, but Psychopathic hit me up about playing the Gathering of the Juggalos.
Right.
And
but like the Juggalos here locally were coming to your shows because they were Buckshot fans, right? And
right.
They just also happened to be Juggalos. And it just kind of started coinciding.
There was always Juggalos at my shows, and I knew what they were. Like I knew what Juggalos like were, and I was like, "Oh, this is pretty cool." Like I know these people, like they're fans of ICP, they're fucking Juggalos, but like I felt like a Juggalo in the soul, but not like in the sense of I didn't paint my face, and you know I had some Psychopathic merch. You know, I bought shit on Hatchet gear and whatnot, and not a whole ton of it, but I was a fan. You know, I was still a fan, but I was like, this is really cool because these like like I said, I felt kind of like more like an organic Juggalo, but like these people, like they're the hardcore that paint their face, and they're coming to my shows, and you know, it just like slowly, it was like a seed that got planted, and you know, like the assimilation, you know, you know, when you're seeing more and more Juggalos coming to your shows, and then like, you know, the gathering starts calling you. I mean, it was like a tree that got planted that was just growing for years and turned into what it is.
And that was, if you can correct me if I'm wrong, was that around like the first Helter Skelter? Was before that?
Before Helter Skelter dropped, I would say, when Helter Skelter came out, that was when I did like the first gag.
Yeah, okay. So yeah, I thought my timeline was about
that was right.
Yeah, okay. Again, as we all know, I personally am a fuck the beef guy, and I don't pick sides and shit. And I felt that Buck was one of those people that kind of got caught in some crossfire that was unnecessary. And someone had said some bullshit about how Buckshot said fuck Juggalos, and that never fucking happened ever in history. And he knows that, and I know that, and fuck that kind of shit.
I've never said fuck Juggalos.
I know. And I just, again, I wanted that story to come out. Buckshot is a Juggalo, you fools, and now he's graduated, and his own music is, like he said, organically grown here. The scene. This is what, my 5th or 6th show coming down here to Louisville. Yeah, they're always fucking packed, and it's Juggalos and it's non-Juggalos. It's just regular Louisville folk, and it's fucking cool. You should come check out a Holla Bleed or a Mob Style Christmas or whatever the fuck else he's got going.
For sure,
because they're always great. So, all right, the new EP with Blaze. You brought it up already. Yeah, I talked with Blaze today as well. How was it working with Blaze on the project? We'll start simple and then we'll move on.
So easy, so smooth. I mean, considering we recorded it remotely, you know, he recorded in Detroit, I recorded down here. I think we wrote and recorded that album literally in 12 days. Not mixed yet, but you know, like going back and forth, calling each other, texting. We had good beats to pick from, and like, you know, I was like, I've got ideas for these songs. Blaze is like, I've got ideas for these songs, and like we just networked and just like we turned out a classic album. This thing is good.
Okay, so so that what can we expect from the new release, right? So if I'm not mistaken, it's not so wicked shitty. It's more
it's more
OG
gritty,
gangster rappy,
hip hop, OG. It feels like, even though it's current new, it feels like old school Blaze.
Okay.
Like the feel to me that old school Blaze gave me, you know,
with the
one less
EP.
G in the hood. It kind of has those kind of vibes, but it's still current sounding, but it's just that vibe. It's just like, there's just something really cool and organic about it that just, you know, the chemistry with us on that album was like unreal.
Okay. So the first single already dropped. Fucked Up Day.
Another fucked up day.
Yeah, J Fudd, right? Okay. Which is an MC Breed sample. For those that don't know, you should Google the J Fudd song. As a matter of fact, I'll put it in the link.
Yeah.
And then I'll put the link to the MC Breed track, because that shit is also dope. So to me, like, that's what I grew up on. I'm an Illinois kid, so I grew up on Midwest gangster shit, to include Breed, right? You know, we talked about this for a long time. So
what we did with that song was a great play on the original.
I know. So because I was in the Breed even before the what was his big hit? The
Ain't No Future.
Yeah, I'm talking about the Life the Flintstone shit.
Oh, right.
Yeah. So we got in. My brother and I got into Breed real early.
Right.
And I was just a Breed mark for
same
20-something years until he died.
Yeah.
So anyway, I told you to your prayer that fucking song is so cool to me because I'm a Breed mark, and then it's the sample, and then they change up the hook, and it's him and it's Blaze. Like if you're into any of the shit we're into, that's a home run song.
Yeah, for
and
sure,
like I said, it sounds to me like classic Midwest gangster shit with Dayton Family, MC Breed, whatever.
Yeah,
right. So and I'm hoping ideally that's kind of what the album is in line with.
Yeah.
So that'll be cool. This is Hollow Bleed 5. You've had how many Mob Style Christmas shows?
5 as well.
Okay.
Yeah. We don't number them because we do mob style Christmases, and sometimes we do mob style Christmas story Weirdos Eve.
Oh, the Weirdos Eve. That's
which
right.
is technically it's like the Christmas show, but so we kind of go back and forth.
Okay.
But mob style. The next mob style Christmas is December 12th.
Okay, that's where I was going.
No.
Okay, say it back.
December 14th is Mob Style Christmas.
Okay, and that's here at Headliners, we think?
No, that's actually at 21st in Germantown, where
where
Hollow Bleed was last year.
Okay, okay. And you have lineup and shit already set, or not really? Or you're not allowed to say?
When is this coming out?
Like as soon as I get home, I'll edit it.
Okay, we're going to be announcing it next week.
Okay, all right. So it'll all right.
Yeah.
So be on the lookout for that. Whether I get this video edited or not will be another story. All right. Look, man, I said it already. The Hollow Bleeds, the Mob Style Christmases, just fucking heavy hitters as far as the lineup. I mean, the plan is just keep going with it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, the ultimate plan. I would love next year to do Mob Style. Hollow Bleed weekend. Do Saturday night here, but do like a show, somewhere else, another city on Friday.
Oh, I got you.
We would love to that would be awesome. Hollow Bleed weekend. We do Friday in Columbus and Louisville Saturday. But, I think for now, Louisville is such a centralized area. There's a lot of people who come here from Tennessee,
I know,
from Missouri.
I don't know if you're listening tonight. I asked it. I said, how many people? And I said, how many people traveled?
Yeah,
it was probably 70% of the fucking crowd.
I would say I would say 70% of people travel.
Yeah, so that was cool. All right, last one: Double Dragon, UGA, Hell's Kitchen, Warlock, Loon Squad, and more.
Yeah.
Right. Toy unboxing videos.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, what more or what is next for Buckshot and Mob Style Music?
We have the new. I gotta be careful.
I know I don't want to get ahead of you either.
There's a big announcement on Black Friday.
There's also some things that I happen to know, and I'm trying to not make them say
there's a big announcement on Black Friday that I can't say just yet. I will say yes, Kung Fu and the new Double Dragon album is almost finished, being recorded, and it's a banger.
Right.
And that's the only thing I could say right now. We have a couple bombs being announced on Black Friday.
And then again, this is probably the third time I brought up Warlock tonight because I'm a Shy One Mark, and that kid doesn't release enough music.
I've got an exclusive for you.
Okay, all right.
I have a song on Helter Skelter Accomplices Part 2 called Pale Horse.
Right.
Featuring Warlock, who is Boondocks, Kung Fu Vampire, and Shy 361. And the video is dropping this Monday.
There you go.
Nobody knows that. This is the first time this has been said.
I've said it 100 times. Shy One is all you people who listen to Suicide Boys and Shakewell and Ghostmane. Shy One has been doing that sound for 20 plus years.
Agreed.
And as far as I'm concerned, he's fucking better at it than them. And I like those bands I mentioned, not Shakewell so much, but the other ones that I mentioned, I dig, and I just fucking love what Shy One does. And so anything to get that kid making music is exciting for me to hear about. So
Shy's awesome, man. So that's the homie.
All right, and then we leave it at the end. Obviously, shout out to Mondo, love you, brother. But plugs, info, anything you want to say.
Yeah, obviously mobstylemusic.com, but I do want to shout out Fago Lovers. Fago Lovers has been holding me down for a long time. Scotty D, what's up, homie? Thanks for everything you've done for the scene and everything you keep doing for the scene. This guy's a fucking staple in the scene, man.
Scotty is a bigger deal for sure.
You all should be very happy to have somebody like this guy that's seriously connected into the scene the way he is, because there's not a whole lot of people like him left. Seriously, I know there's fans, but I'm saying people who's literally integrated in this part of the culture of hip hop. But just thank you for everybody who continues to show support, and Juggalos all over the world. I love you guys. I'm right there with you. If you forgot or didn't know, I marched with you all in Washington for a reason.
On his own dime.
And the beef shit, that's got nothing to do with my love for Juggalos. That's whatever. But just know I love y'all. Whether you believe me or not, or just that's what it is. So that's what it is.
All right. As always, thanks for tuning in, everybody. Thank you. Appreciate it, man, for everything.
For sure.
All right. Thanks, though.
Happy birthday, Donut.
Yeah.
They gonna love us for life. Yeah, I don't go there.
Right.
I don't fuck with them anymore. I used to like them, but I don't fuck with them.